Hello and welcome everybody back to the channel again. This is Thomas IE Unlucky bringing you more Patriots franchise. Last time we played the Jets 121-14, big deal for us as we start at 1-0 in our division. But CM Freeze also has won a very close game against the Cowboys. I'm actually intrigued to see how his week 1 game went. So 2 games in a row, close games. I mean, the score of our first game obviously looked really close, but I mean, we had 5 interceptions. We just didn't capitalize a lot on offense. Looking at his stats, didn't really do too much. Yeah, I can't say I'm overly impressed by his wins. I mean, you could probably say the same thing about ours. We only won by 7 with a million turnovers. But moving on to the Bills, we don't have a whole lot we can do this week. We have enough staff points to pay for an upgrade. And which one do I want? I think I'm gonna opt for the one for tackles, just because I think that's gonna have a lot of value to us moving forward. Weekly strategy. Josh Allen short pass, sure. Blitz counter, I'm okay with that. How is our player health looking? 98%. I think this week we can still go full go. We're pretty good on offense. Antonio Gibson looking a little rough. Same game plan as usual. Like 15 first downs, 24 points, 2 passing TDs. What did I miss? 300 yards. Let me knock all these guys out. See you at the injury report. I'm getting pretty quick at getting through those weekly trainings. Backup right outside linebackers hurt. I mean, I'm not too worried about that. We got plenty of depth. Looking at the offense, we're looking solid. We're healthy against the Bills. Let's go ahead and go over the roster after we upgrade our players. We've got a bunch of starters. Starting for the bottom, we got Marte Mapu, new starter on the defense this year. Love to see him make some real big impact plays. We got the rookie Kevin Wiggins. I was still a little disappointed I didn't take the other defensive tackle. I think it was like Elijah Gordon or something. But, oh well. Can't really do anything about it. And then we got Keaton Mitchell. Don't know what I'm going to do with Keaton Mitchell. I wasn't expecting to really want to ride with this Antonio Gibson wave, but part of my thought is that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Cole Strange. Don't know really what to think about him. And finally, Caleb Farley. Just want him to develop as much as we can. Should get another superstar. No. Yeah, well, oh well. Looking over the Bills roster, pretty similar to last year, where you have Teron Johnson, Matt Milano, Greg Rousseau, and Josh Allen as your top-end guys. Ed Oliver, first-round pick forever ago, Deion Dawkins. Did they bring in anybody new? Maybe Quandre Diggs? They didn't bring in any big difference makers. Keon Coleman is injured, and I think that's something I want to do when I start going over the roster. I want to see what players are hurt on the team that we're playing. As we know, we have this guy with a dislocated shoulder, but the Bills are missing that guy and Keon Coleman. I think Keon Coleman obviously would have potentially been a difference maker in the game, but other guy, probably not. Second game in a row not getting the ball first. Not exactly crazy about that, if I'm being completely honest, but we're gonna just deal with it, and they're gonna get 9 yards. I think that's Khalil Shakur. I'm having a feeling this might be a run play. I wish I could have gotten through with Mapu. That would have been a 6-sack. James Cook for 11 yards. This is looking like a heavy run package. I'm going to commit to the blitz, as they're going to run the ball to the left. Of course, I moved Kyle Duggar to the other side of the field. Not awesome. Don't know who that running back is, but he gets a pretty good gain. Bills are having essentially their way with us on this first drive. We're able to force an incompletion on first down with home run hitter Jelani Tavai. I'm having a hard time determining whether I want to stay on the running back side of the field in terms of coverage or tight end side. Especially with how versatile this team has been early on. Like in this scenario, I think I want to stay running back side just in case if it's a screen. But also this underneath route. It's a tough one to defend. Like, they make you make a decision. You're either going to cover one or the other. A lot of defense can really just be hammered down to sticking into your zone, which evidently I'm not doing very good at, because I mean, if I would have been on the back half of my zone, that could have been a deflection at the very least. Joan Bentley checks onto the field. And Josh Allen's going to run him for the touchdown. That's not ideal. Going to be completely honest, had a pretty bad return. As you can see, we didn't even make it up to the 25. But we are going to start off this drive hammering the rock, and that bad return's not going to mean anything. We're already up to the 36. Now, one thing that I am curious about is how good was the Jets' defense realistically? As Antonio Gibson shakes the tackle, we get another 10 yards. Oh, boy. I absolutely love to see that. We got Michael Onwenu pulling on this set of first down, and we're not able to get anywhere. Tyquan Thornton made it through week 1 without a catch. Wouldn't mind seeing it happen right here. We're able to thread the needle right there up to the 30-yard line. Let's go. Apparently, Mr. What's his name was shaken up after that play. Oh, that was a dangerous throw. I wasn't expecting Rasul Douglas to back off of Keaton Mitchell like that. So I imagine we'll probably get Antonio Gibson back in the second quarter. Maybe even sooner, but it's obviously not an exciting feat to, first off, see Antonio Gibson off the field, and second off, see Javon Baker off the field. All right, Javon Baker's back on. I was kind of nervous that we may have sustained an injury there. Nice cut block by Michael Onwenu to keep the linebacker away from us. We're going into the second. Oh, I kind of would have thought that we would have seen Antonio Gibson come back at least a little bit sooner. Keaton Mitchell's going to get us up to the 1. Yeah, I mean, I trust in Keaton Mitchell, if I'm being honest. I was kind of somewhat planning on him and Antonio Gibson splitting the backfield this season. And maybe that might still happen if Keaton Mitchell has a strong game. Maybe I can try and finagle a way to get him some more reps. All right, well, time for the Bills' second drive on offense. We've got to run to the left. Got a bunch of Patriots in the area, just not where the hole was, and that's just good blocking for the good blocking for the Bills. Miss. That's tough. Terrell Burgess with an elbow sprain. I think that happened on special teams. Now, that's something that I wanted to mention. I don't know if CM Freeze has talked about it at all. But one thing that, like, we'll typically do is play with the sliders a little bit after each season. And, I agreed that we should drop injuries, but I think CM Freeze took it a little too much of an extreme. Initially, it was going to be 20. It was going to go from 20 to 25 to 20. In his mind, I was like, I was at most seeing like 2 to 3. So I think we made it 23, either 22 or 23 for injury. Because I don't know, I kind of like there to be injuries because it makes it a little bit more realistic. I mean, there are going to be times where you're going to miss a star player for a set amount of time, like in real life. Isaiah Pacheco going on injured reserve tomorrow for a broken leg. He's going to be out until week 10. It's like, I don't know. I think that adds a little bit of immersion. As Christian Barmore and I think Josh Uche combined for that sack. I don't know. I like that. I like that it makes you need to have depth on your team. Because, like, to me, it kind of defeats the purpose of having a 53-man roster. If you're just going to sign a bunch of guys to a one-year deal, like, just to make sure your roster is at that 53-man limit. I could have on it. I know this is going to be crazy to say, and he's going to call cap if he watches this video. I wouldn't have been opposed to even raising the injury a little bit. Like, I'm not saying a whole bunch, maybe up to like 27, but I don't know. Field goal. They're going to go up 10-7. I'm okay with it. All right, Antonio Gibson does check back into the game. And Javon Baker gets a catch. Had the big catch last game. Honestly, could have been close to being player of the game if Caleb Farley didn't do what he did. I didn't like how that hole was set up. The linebacker is there ready to fill. Clock running. Gonna get this out to Tyquan Thornton. He hauls it in for the first down. I saw this screen pop up a couple plays ago, and I'm quite supportive of the idea. Not supportive of the idea of that guy not getting blocked. I probably should have gone back in towards the offensive lineman. Oh well. Oh, I should have thrown this a year ago. God damn it. Demario Douglas was open for so long. That's on me. I saw him and then panicked. Gonna get this out to Hunter Henry. We're gonna call our first timeout. Oh, off the hands. I saw him make a sick cut coming out of the, yeah, I saw him make a sick cut coming out of the, what's it called? And I was quite interested in making that throw. Unable to connect with Hunter Henry. We got 3rd and 10. I'd really prefer to not walk away from this drive with a field goal. I'm a big fan of Hunter Henry's route right here. And that's a touchdown for us. 14-10 is going to be your half. I'm going to keep defending the short pass. Going to keep blitz counter. Don't really have too much. I would have preferred to see the clock run out right there. What's pretty nice is that we get the ball coming out of half. I am pretty okay with that. I'd really prefer to see Keaton Mitchell see a little bit more of the returns. Just because of the raw athletic ability. I'm not a crazy fan of this front for this run play. Maybe it'll work out. It just might be a little tight. And we're able to get the first anyway. I'm not going to complain. Gibson's had a pretty solid day considering he missed over like a quarter and a half. Oh, just fantastic. The blocks have been lining up great. Cole Strange, I feel like plays a lot higher than his overall is. But, I mean, you're just able to see where the blocks are and kind of follow them. Obviously, there are plays like that where a block gets disrupted a little early, but you're able to kind of see where the blocks are going to be. It's a lot easier to run. And I do think I have a little bit of an advantage from playing football in real life. So I played center. And, like, anybody who, like, knows anything about football knows that, like, fucking goddamn it. I thought I threw a high pass there. So anybody who knows anything about football, there are technically, like, 3 quarterbacks on the field. You have your middle linebacker, who's likely setting the defense, if it's not set by a coach, who's going to help people get to where they need to be. You have the quarterback, who obviously is the leader of the offense, and then you have center, which is what I played. Center is the one that basically will help the offensive line know what they're doing. So in terms of my case, it was my job to, whenever we broke the huddle, I needed to see what the front 7 was giving us. Yeah, I needed to see what we were being given. Are you... I wanted to, like, stop him. I didn't want to pull him away. That's a blunder on my part. Alright, so as I was saying, I played center, and my job was to see the front 7 and kind of tell the offensive line what we were doing. And essentially, what we did was we had calls that we would use, or that I would use to tell my guards what to do. And based off that, my tackles would adjust what they needed to do. Not so much our left tackle. I mean, he was kind of able to do whatever the hell he wanted, because, I mean, he ended up at a D1 left tackle, or ended up as a D1 guard once he graduated. Still pretty good friends with him, or at least his family. And that would kind of just set up what we would do offensively. So it's like, and obviously this is more for run blocking than for pass blocking. Pass blocking, you really just are sitting in your zones. So it's like, if you have a play where you're setting your pass block to the left, sort of thing, where it's like, your center through, like on this play, from the center through left tackle, actually, it'd be easier to draw than to, like, formally. If he would have caught that, that would have been insane. I'm going for this, by the way. I need to quit yapping. Essentially, I told everybody what they needed to do. I was pretty good at that, and because of that, I, like, have a pretty solid understanding of how run blocking works, which translates incredibly well to this, because it's like my high school ran zone run. Yeah, my high school ran zone run, which, I mean, pretty much allows, like, there's not always just going to be one hole. There's always going to be some sort of cutback lane, which, I mean, you may have seen times where I don't, like right there, I don't go to where the hole is going to be. I look to kind of see where a different hole is developing and try to hit that, because I know the hole that it's supposed to be is going to be filled based off the defense. Hopefully that makes sense. That was a great block from David Andrews. This hasn't been a massive game offensively for us, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, we're able to move the ball just fine. I mean, the interception on my end is mainly just the difference of this game right now. I think I'm going to look at Tyquan Thornton, and then if not, Keaton Mitchell. Which, happy I looked at Tyquan Thornton, touchdown Patriots. Antonio Gibson going to miss some significant time. Big fumble forced by Sione Taki. We're going to get the ball back in great field position. Now, unfortunately, Antonio Gibson, I had a feeling he would probably get hurt. I mean, following the muscle cramps or whatever he had. I mean, I'd said to keep him out. Madden put him back in. Do I disagree with the decision? Not really. Our running back room is not a finite decision. Is Hunter Henry going to get his second touchdown of the game? Oh my God. The fact that I was like, I really love the way that I covered that. If I could have gotten the pick off the deflection, that would have been so sexy. 2 incompletions. We're kind of pitching a no-fly zone, at least recently. Outside of that James Cook blunder, we've been doing pretty stellar. We held them to a 4th down immediately. They're going to go for it. I'm not crazy about the coverage of Jabril Peppers coming underneath. We're going to move Jelani Tavai. This is likely going to the tight end. This is likely going to be a 1st down, if I'm being completely honest. Forced a fumble, Jelani Tavai. Christian Gonzalez picks it up. Remember when CM Freeze was saying that was luck? I mean, I don't think so. Jelani Tavai, home run hitter. We're going to be able to seal away this game with another score. That's just fantastic. I am not exactly wasn't in love with anything I got. We'll just take the field goal. I've got no problems doing that. I'm not going to lie. I thought that was going to be short for a sec. Josh Allen somehow in his X Factor. That one doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Is Marte Mapu not able to get the interception there? Would have really preferred to see that be an interception. Either way, he's there where the hits need to be. I can't complain too much about that. As we're just making it, we're just giving these wide receivers a pretty tough time. Jelani Tavai could have been in that area. Just saying. Bills call their first time out. Gonna stick in a little bit of a deeper coverage. We're gonna have this crossing route to the tight end. Or is that a tight end? That almost looks like a wide receiver. Isaiah Hodgins. I want to send a blitz here on first. I thought peeling him a little away would put him in the interception lane. Guess not. I mean, of course it happens on a blitz. I mean, blitzes just haven't worked for this team, which I think is kind of crazy. But I don't know. I was going to say, if we let them recover this, I'm going to be pissed. You only have 5 in the box. I mean, so it essentially makes it man-on-man for running, but there's always going to be that one that's just kind of there on that trap play, which I'm not a fan of. I'm a big fan of them stacking the right side, though. I mean, I know what you're probably thinking. Why are you passing it here? I just want better. I just want more stats. I'm going to be real. I don't know who I want to give our game ball to, if I'm being completely honest. I also want to get our 300 yards of offense. Like, our game ball is going to go to somebody. Unfortunately, not Antonio Gibson. Do I want to give it to Jelani Tavai? Or do we give it to Hunter Henry for 3 touchdowns? We're giving that to Hunter Henry. 3 touchdowns on the day. I mean, could make an argument for it to be Drake May. But, I mean, Hunter Henry has been very solid today. Good safety blanket. Can't complain at all. Good breakup from Christian Gonzalez. I mean, we've won this game. I would just prefer them not to score any more, as Christian Barmore probably could have had a sack there. Oh, Caleb Farley. That's so tough. I mean, that's just... I'm running cover 4 there. I really don't have anything else to say about how that transpired. I mean, the Bills are still trying to win this. I mean, I still got 3 timeouts, and I should have like 5 seconds left, 4 maybe. Yeah, I've got 5 seconds left. I'm gonna go for another play. I mean, they're gonna keep playing. I'm gonna keep playing. All right, we're running one last play. I'm so happy that wasn't a pick. All right, no time left on the clock. Gonna get this out to Keaton Mitchell. One last play. I am quite happy. I mean, score's a lot closer than it should be. 2 blown plays on defense allow 14. Looking at the stats, Drake May, not a great day completion-wise, but we'll take 57%. 4 for 1. TDI&T ratio, 235 yards. In terms of rushing, Antonio Gibson on only like 2.5 quarters, 14 rushes, 92 yards. Pretty exceptional, but he's going to miss some time. Keaton Mitchell, 9 for 23 and a touchdown. Pretty good if I say so myself. Hunter Henry, 5 for 83 touchdowns. Massive day for fantasy owners. If you're in a PPR league, that is 13 points plus 18. 31 points for Hunter Henry. You're happy. Got the ball out quite a bit, but obviously we didn't have a whole lot of passing. I mean, our passing wasn't for a whole lot of yardage. Offensive line has still been playing really good. Sacks-wise, Christian Barmore, Josh Uche combined for a sack. No picks, but 2 forced fumbles. Both recovered by our team. That is pretty good. I don't know who recovered the other one. Must have been an offensive player. Don't know. Good game. Tyquan Thornton, the sole player with a, what's it called? A skill point. A bunch of the route running stuff gets upgraded. I would love to see his catching increase. Obviously, this team being at negative morale doesn't help. But, I mean, we're 2-0. I'm not too worried about that long term. Let's see how long Antonio Gibson's going to be out for. 3 weeks. So, he will be back week 6. That's not too long. I can't complain. CM Freeze obviously didn't ready up, but we can see that he has won his game. So, I'm just going to force advance it and see what our week 3 scenario looks like. Got players ready to negotiate. Regional scouting, not too much. I mean, Dolphins are also 2-0. We are currently the 2 seed. Denver's number 1. I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with how our team's been playing. You'll see us in the Super Bowl again. Just trust me. That's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe. Take it easy.